How do we find peace in a chaotic and divisive world? Does music help?
Oh my, not that kind. Ah, much better.
Whether we're on the right or the left, it's more important than ever that we bring ourselves back to center.
In this episode, we explore ways to avoid getting pieced off.
Yeah, peace on, my dude.
I was not born brave, I walked in shaky shoes.
Fear doesn't stop you from dying, it stops you from living.
Drop the act, take off the mask and feel real.
There is only one you in all creation, so be yourself. Everybody else is taken.
We have so much to learn from one another. Thank God we're in this together.
You are not alone.
Hey friends, fasten your emotional seatbelts for Grammy-nominated hit songwriters and best-selling authors Dailey and Karen Good. Today on Musically Speaking with StoweGood.
I'm Dailey.
And I'm Karen Good.
Together, we are StoweGood.
And we are your hosts today on Musically Speaking. We thank you so much for listening because, otherwise we'd be talking to ourselves. And that would be really weird and quite lonely. But in all honesty, we are delighted to have you here. Thank you.
Yes, we are. And if you like what you hear, we invite you to hit the subscribe button, and you will then be automatically notified whenever a new episode drops.
It's a miracle.
And this episode is coming to you from Chapel Hill, North Carolina.
So today we will be musically speaking about our song, Peace is All I Know, from our Beautiful Brokenness CD. So we'll share the song. We'll also talk about where the inspiration came from, what it has to do with our lives, and hopefully with yours. So peace is all I know. Gee, Stowe, that kind of makes us sound like some very advanced souls in a state of constant meditation. Is that true?
I don't think so. We do have our times when we're connected. Mm-hmm. Mary Chapin Carpenter said it best, though, I think. She said, sometimes you're the windshield and sometimes you're the bug. And I think some days it's like you and I are splattered on the windshield of life.
Yes, we are, especially these days. I mean, we were talking about this on a walk this very morning. And I was saying these very strange days, they have to be the worst I've ever experienced as far as the chaos and divisiveness. And you said, well, but you lived through the 60s, right? And I did. However, I think the big difference was there were only 4 television stations. There was no internet, no Facebook, and no 24/7 news channels.
Right. So now we've got hundreds of TV stations with real news, fake news, and conspiracy theories, and they're all so damaging to our little psyches.
I totally agree. I think we need some great wisdom here.
Yes.
Which we were able to find on the internet. I am very grateful for certain aspects of this crazy new world, like that one. So here's a wonderful quote from Meister Eckhart. Spirituality is not to be learned by flight from the world, or by running away from things, or by turning solitary and going apart from the world. Rather, we must learn an inner solitude.
The Dalai Lama kind of adds to that by saying, we can never obtain peace in the outer world until we make peace with ourselves.
Thank you, Dailey, or Mr. Lama. And there are other benefits to attaining inner peace. And since I am the more vain between us, I'll share this one. The author C. Joy Bell C. says, you should always carry peace within you. It's the most beautifying thing you could ever have or do. I want it.
Well, I think you seem peaceful for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get real here.
Uh-oh.
So, Karen, you have a grown daughter, and I have 3 grown daughters. And if we're really going to be honest, I know that one of our common non-inner peace issues is worrying about our children.
Yep.
And we suspect that if you are a parent, dear listener, you're probably also suffering from this condition.
Yeah, I mean, this is a biggie. And we found this lovely piece from one of our favorite authors, Anne Lamott. She says, "Peace of mind is an inside job, and we can't arrange peace or lasting improvement for the people we love most in the world. They have to find their own ways, their own answers. You can't run alongside your grown children with sunscreen and chapstick on their hero's journey. You have to release them. It's disrespectful not to." Wow. Our help is usually not very helpful. Our help is often toxic. And help is the sunny side of control. Stop helping so much. Don't get your help and goodness all over everybody.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Anne Lamott. Love her.
I just love that. You can't run alongside your grown children with sunscreen and chapstick.
On their hero's journey, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and finally, there's this one by Dada J.P. Vaswani. Either make peace or be prepared to go to pieces.
Wow.
And that is exactly how today's featured song came to be written. I mean, I was going to pieces one day as I was getting ready to go on stage with you. And I mean, everything felt so wrong in my spirit. I was worrying about money. I was worrying about the divorce that I was in the middle of. And I was thinking, how can I possibly be a messenger of hope when I am just a mess? And then I remembered, thankfully, that I could take charge of my thoughts. We always have this choice in any given moment to shift our thinking. So I took a breath and I said these words as a prayer. I said, "Bring me back to center. Bring me back to flow." It was like this mantra that just calmed me.
And it calms me too. I'm so glad you came up with that. And that's what people have said about the song, that it really helps them return to center. It helps us too. So let's play it for our sweet podcast people.
Bring me back to center. Bring me back to flow. Now my soul surrenders. Peace is all I know. Bring me back to center. Bring me back to flow. Now my soul surrenders. Peace is all I know. Peace is all I know. Peace is all I know. In this moment I am whole. Peace is all I know. Bring me back to knowing. Peace is letting go. Love is overflowing. Peace is all I know. Peace is all I know. Peace is all I know. In this moment I am whole. Peace is all I know. Peace is all I know. Peace is all I know. In this moment I am whole. Peace is all this moment I am whole. Peace is all I know.
I am brought back to center.
Me too.
Well, and we hope that our song brought you some amount of inner peace as well. We are big believers in the power of music to bring us back to center. And not just our music, I would say. We would really love to turn you on to some of our friends who make amazing, powerful, peaceful music.
Yeah, like our new friend Ed Basil. That's Bazel. And he is not only a keyboard artist, but he has a whole internet station. It's called theriverofcalm.com. And his mission is to provide calming music to a stressed out world.
That's very nice. So that's the River of Calm, CALM.com. And if you like all kinds of cool instrumental music, you need to check that out.
Yeah. And if you are into chants, our sweet friend Karen Drucker, she's the queen of chants, isn't she?
She is. That's CHANTS, by the way.
He's so funny. Well, anyway, you can find Karen Drucker at karendrucker.com.
Yes, and for our third and final recommendation today, our friends Jan Garrett and J.D. Martin. We really hope that you will check them out. J.D. used to be a solo artist, and literally his music saw me through my father's death. He just saved me. And now he makes beautiful music with his wife, Jan Garrett, who is also an amazing singer and songwriter. So look for them at garrettmartin.com. That's GARRETT-MARTIN.com.
So we know the power of music to bring us back to center, to help us feel more peaceful. But what if there was a retreat that one could go on?
Ooh, a retreat that not only featured us and our music, but also the magic of movement with Melissa Kay?
And what if this retreat took place in beautiful, exotic locations around the world?
Ooh, and what if you could find out all about these intimate retreats on whatifretreat.com?
What if? Now, we don't mean to put too much pressure on you, dear listener, but check out this quote by Abhijit Naskar. He says, "How can you expect the world to be a peaceful place if you are not at peace within yourself? World peace is nothing but the collective mental state of peaceful humans. Hence, it all starts with humans, each human, each one of us."
Yeah, so it's more than a nice little thought, a little kumbaya moment, right? It's really important. If we're going to fix this crazy, out-of-control world, we have to start with us, each one of us. So let's get serious about this. Besides listening to calming music, what are some other concrete ways of achieving inner peace? Take it, Stowe.
How did I know you were going to do that? Well, let's see. Have you ever been plagued with nattering nabobs of negativity?
Why, the triple N's? Yes, I have.
You have. Well, so have I. And I found a way that helps me to get rid of them is when I wake up each morning, before I, engage in much of anything else besides maybe a cup of coffee, is to just sit down, take a few deep breaths, center myself that way, and then start writing whatever comes to mind. And I'm surprised sometimes at some of the things that come out, but it's so healing, and it's such it's just a great way to start the day.
That's cool. I've seen you become more peaceful right after doing that. And, if you're a great meditator, oh my goodness, please continue to do that. I am not so much, but I found that even if I don't give myself time to go light the incense and sit in my little spot, if I just turn things off and be in the silence, even if I'm still doing something, like if I'm in the kitchen cleaning up or making something, usually I will have NPR on, and it follows me from room to room to room. So I feel like my ancestors, my angels, are just waiting to tell me things, but I always have noise happening. And I swear, the minute I turn it off, I begin to receive ideas and cool thoughts.
Yeah.
So we need to not be afraid of the silence.
Yeah, to unplug. And I've also found that, sometimes every once in a while I'll get in a little bit of a funk. And I found that getting into a state of gratitude, an attitude of gratitude, really helps. And I do this by, like if I write down 5 things that I'm grateful for before I go to sleep, when I wake up the next day, I'm a new woman.
Hear, hear.
Yeah.
That a gratitude list has helped me as well.
Yeah.
And go out in nature. That really helps. Right?
Yeah.
Do not bring your phone. I'm speaking to myself, too. Yeah, inner peace. Any other tips?
Inner tubes. Like a rafting adventure. There's nothing like coming close to death or cold water that can just center yourself.
And laughter. Laughter is very good for inner peace.
Absolutely. And speaking of laughter, it's almost time for our laugh lift. But first, a word from our sponsor. While we do not yet have a corporate sponsor, we do have some fabulous patrons who have and continue to sponsor us.
Yes, and today we send a shout out to one of our new sponsors, Janet McCallum. Janet has adopted a few songs in our Adopt a Song program, and she's organizing a concert using StoweGood to help raise money for the National Alliance on Mental Illness. Thank you, Janet. So as you can tell, ladies and gentlemen, we love what we do, and we need your support to keep the music coming.
So please go to StoweGood.live and find links on ways that you can get involved and become a StoweGood supporter.
And check out our musical keynotes there. We'd love to come share one with you and your favorite organization.
And visit our patron page.
And our Adopt a Song page.
And see how you can become a StoweGood sponsor.
We love our patrons, sponsors, and love being a part of their lives.
Yes, we do.
Okay, it is now time for our laugh lift. So the closest we could come to a joke about inner peace was a joke about a Zen master. Ready? A Zen student asked his master, "Is it okay to use email?"
"Yes," came the reply, "but no attachments."
So silly.
Well, we hope you found a moment's peace in today's episode, and we'll close with the wisdom of Anne Lamott.
While fixing and saving and trying to rescue is futile, radical self-care is quantum, and it radiates out from you into the atmosphere like a little fresh air. It's a huge gift to the world.
Being full of affection for one's goofy, self-centered, cranky, annoying self is home. It's where world peace begins.
And also from Anne Lamott, almost everything will work again if you unplug it for a few minutes, including you.
So thank you for being with us, and join us next time on Musically Speaking with StoweGood. Peace out. What's for dinner?
I'm visualizing world peace.